And, INEC has declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu winner of the presidential election. He's now president-elect. The secretary to the government of the Federation has told us nothing will stop the inauguration on May 29, regardless of the fact that, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal is sitting. The law, Section 285 of the Constitution, provides for 180 days for the case to be determined, by which time Bola Ahmed Tinubu will have been installed. Members of the APC are saying the election is over. People should just move on. So, do you think that government will have a crisis of legitimacy, and how?
Actually, ones who carry out coup d'etats, civilians can carry out coup d'etats. 2023 election could be a coup d'etat against the Nigerian people. The fact that it has been carried out doesn't necessarily make it legitimate. It might make the fact that the government has come up. In that regard, I have a very simple solution. Look, if we really don't care for democracy, that's okay. No big problem. We have soldiers who come, and who has more power pushes this one out. When you gather enough power, you push out the other one, and we can continue to survive under those circumstances. But if we have got to make believe, you've got to pretend that a government people have worry about is in place, then we begin to go towards understanding why progress is very slow in Nigeria. Can get the geniuses of this world to come. If the people don't believe that that government legitimately serves their interest, the form of cooperation that it can give is such that the kind of progress we desire as a country will not take place. Sadly, we'll continue to be laughing.
The heart of the king is controlled by God. We are not afraid, guys. You heard what he said, that Tinubu has already declared president-elect, meaning that he's a Nigeria president. That one are their business, so it's not our business. Guys, let's keep pushing. What matters is the end. What they know is now, but they don't know the end. Guys, we're not going to give up. We're going to get our mandate back, whether they like it or not. Guys, there's this viral video that has been going viral. People were like, oh, guys, it's a propaganda. Watch the video. One love and stay tuned.
One of the most upsetting things is when people point these fingers at obedience, they forget that during this campaign season, we have lost a ward woman leader in Southern Kaduna. We have lost a House of Assembly candidate in Imo. We have lost a Senate candidate. We have come under attack. Peter Obi has been stoned, all sorts of things. Even today, Dr. Tape came out. They accused him of declaring religious war. These are things that this candidate has gone through so much.
People will never regret the support. Amen. We look forward to God's intervention. Thank you, Daddy. We look forward to God's intervention. Thank you, Daddy. We look forward to God's intervention. Amen, Daddy. Daddy, I need you to speak to the people in the Southwest. Your people in the Southwest. And Kwara. Okay. The Christians in the Southwest and Kwara. This is a religious war. I believe that. I believe that. I deeply release Nigeria going forward. And I'm coming out with the second one today. Thank you. I wanted it out before when they won't have any time to do damage control. Thank you, God. But in the name of Jesus, this protest has success. Amen. You know what I said into this one? A sickly nation like Nigeria will require a strong and healthy personality. Thank you, sir. And I said anyone whose words cannot be verified should not have access to governance, particularly in a tiny economy like Nigeria. So all we are doing is appealing to the wisdom and conscience of people. Thank you, Daddy. To know where to go. Thank you, Daddy. But I want to assure you in the name of Jesus that the result shall be favorable. Thank you, Daddy. That the result shall be favorable. Thank you, Daddy. That the result shall be favorable. Thank you, Daddy. In Jesus' name.
Between sometimes some other people who are not obedient camouflage as obedient on social media to tarnish the image of the obedience.
Of course.
Saying,
and when that happens, like with the case of today, obedience take their time, go and investigate, bring out the name of the person, because we do not want to be tainted like that. Even with the conversation of the Eze in Lagos, they have brought out this Eze is actually in Isolo. This man has actually shown support for the ruling party. So now why are you painting him with obedient brush?
Well, the video that he released is clear.
Yes, but they have gone back to trace.
Right.
And so what I'm pointing out is, look, there is a concerted effort to paint situation right now when we are waiting for the court case. And literally, our leader has said this. We are going to court. All of us, we are facing court. Okay. We are hoping that it will be shown live on TV so that we follow that process. And right
Mountain
now,
out of a molehill.
Of course, I didn't say anything.
Bishop Oyedepo is a prominent Nigerian, is
of course,
person of influence. And as he pointed out in that other video that you showed while he was in church, he said, look, politicians come to him. People come to him for advice. We seem to have forgotten that he's first and foremost a citizen before being a pastor.
A pastor.
And, he can advise people, he can talk to
and he's a
people.
pastor.
And the tape that I listened to, I tried to listen very well. I didn't see either Peter Obi or Bishop Oyedepo trying to incite anybody. During campaign season, people go to anybody they consider a person of influence to solicit for support, to look for endorsement.
Which is normal.
All over the world.
It's normal.
Okay, why is this big issue about Peter Obi talking to Bishop Oyedepo? Do we know how many other people he spoke to? He said he was in offer.
You must campaign. Do your campaign the way you want.
He was even a Muslim. So he spoke to Muslims, he spoke to Christians. Okay, why is there nobody saying, during Friday sermon in some parts of the country, some Muslim clerics directed members of the congregation to vote only for the Muslim ticket? I'm sure if you search very well enough in other instances, you will find something like that. So I really don't see what the big deal is all about.
Of course, even me.
Attempt, to cast a person.
Let's say, of course.
And of course, immediately, Bishop Oyedepo has shaken it off. And the obedient, the Labour Party spokespersons, they've already
clear the air.
Put a lie to this. And that was how I said earlier, that spokespersons will go and find more serious things to do.
There is, whether you call it a civil indictment, whether you call it a criminal indictment, there was some sort of criminal activity that was linked to this character in the US addressed to Tafa Balogun in 2003. I think this is probably one of the more important points in this conversation, because it illustrates the extent to which people are clever by half. Now, what was requested, the information that was requested from the US consulate at the time was that, has Bola Ahmed Tinubu been convicted of criminal activity in the US? Is there a record of a criminal conviction for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the US? So obviously the response that came back was, no, there's no record of a criminal conviction for Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the US. So think of it as, I bought a car from a car dealer, right? Now, let's say the car I bought was a Honda Accord. Now, you go send a letter to the car dealer to ask the car dealer, did David Hundeyin buy a Mercedes-Benz from you? And then the car dealer responds, David Hundeyin didn't buy a Mercedes-Benz from me. And then you now take that to town and say, this is evidence that David Hundeyin didn't buy a car from that car dealer. That's what this is. Because the question is not, is there a criminal conviction? The question is, was there criminal activity that was linked credibly to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the US? Is there, whether you call it a civil indictment, whether you call it a criminal indictment, there was some sort of criminal activity that was linked to this character in the US.
Visa ban on citizens of Nigeria, Ghana, and 17 other African countries. So, I mean, it was across board in Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the other things I'd like to ask is, because you said you wanted an open context and debate, but since we can't put two of you together in the room, these are some of the points he made on the interview he had on television. He said the things that were written, the depositions were just mere presumptions. I mean, I want you to talk through that for me.
So again, I feel as if the reason people are able to say these things is because they expect that Nigerians will not have the sort of discipline to sit down and actually read these documents. First of all, let me just state that the conviction rate for federal cases in the US is something like 95%, between 95 and 97%. So the US is not a place where the federal authorities build a case against you on presumption. That's not how it works, right? In fact, the only reason that the conviction rate isn't even higher than that is because a lot of people choose not to even go to trial. They choose settlements or they choose plea bargains or whatever. If the US authorities present an indictment against you, it's as good as you being guilty. So let's be clear about that first of all. Then secondly, if you actually read the documents, it wasn't as if somebody was making educated guesses that I believe that this money came from this place. No, everything was outlined in very granular details of wire transfers, and then by Tinubu's own admission, which he gave to Special Agent Moss, which the testimony he gave to Special Agent Moss, he admitted by himself that some of these funds came from these people whose only source of income was heroin trafficking. So I feel as if the reason people like Festus Keyamo have been able to sort of get away with telling those kinds of lies in the public domain is that most Nigerians simply haven't read this document. And I cannot stress this enough, that reading is like gaining your freedom, right? You don't have to be a lawyer to be able to just read something in English and understand what it means. People like Keyamo expect you to not do that. They expect you to lack the mental discipline and rigor required to do that. But I promise it's not that difficult. These things are written in black and white, right? So this idea that, first of all, okay, it was tax. It wasn't a drug forfeiture. And then, it was presumption. That's complete nonsense. That's not what these case files state at all. And people would know that if they actually read the case files. So you don't have to take my word for it. Again, please find these case files and read them.
Okay.
In Nigeria are actually taking this up, or whether, as you said, some of them are just trying to sort of jump on the bandwagon and take advantage of it. But I know that independent people who are lawyers and who are active in the civil society space are actually taking this up. And on a personal level, my own interest in this issue is that, first of all, as a journalist, I think I would not be doing my job if I'm aware that this, which could possibly be the biggest scandal in Nigeria's history, that someone who used to be part of a drug ring is in the running to become Nigeria's president.
Just imagine.
And that were to happen, and I was to know of it, and I wasn't to do my job, because this isn't a case.
Guys, let's keep pushing. We are not shaking. At the end of the day, to earn impress, guys, never you give up. Keep pushing, guys. My take is just that I'm not happy because on the process, people died, many wounded. At the end of the day, they were like, that they will continue what they are doing, that Tinubu is Nigeria president according to them. INEC have already said it, that guys. The end is what matters. I used to tell people what you know is now, but you don't know the end, guys. Let's wait and see what the tribunals, their decision, what they will do. I believe they will do something, because people were like, Nigeria tribunal, they are not working, they are not doing anything. But we believe that God will touch their heart to do the right thing. Okay, guys, let me know your take in the comment section. You can see how people came out with proof saying that Tinubu, according to them, they said he's a president-elect. He's not supposed to be Nigeria president. So people came with their proof, and many things has been going on. But they don't care. They don't care. You can see something that has to do with fraud, that a guy presented, talking about it and whatever. Okay, guys, let me know your take in the comment section, and keep pushing and never you give up. One love, guys. One love. One day is life, there's hope. I love you guys. One love.
After the 29th, he will hand over power to whoever has been declared by INEC. The court processes will continue, and whatever determination the court does, even after the swearing, it has always been accommodated. This is not the first time we have run elections. This is not the first time people have assumed offices and litigations continue. We are doing everything to ensure that the process of the transition is not truncated. Federal government has issued a statement to that effect. The parties that are involved have also issued statements to that effect. But as far as the Presidential Transition Council is concerned, and that's the essence of our setting up the various committees. The Inauguration Committee, which has responsibility for the processes of the inauguration, the swearing in, the parades, the activities preceding the formal handover of power. The Security Facilities and Intelligence Committee has the responsibility to ensure that nothing happens to truncate the process.
We have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Guys, don't forget to give the video thumbs up. Thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Keep supporting your girl. If you are new in my channel, you are highly welcome. Oh, I embrace you. Thanks. I appreciate deeply in my heart. My new subscriber, my old subscriber, my return subscriber. You guys are so amazing. Keep supporting your girl. Don't forget to press the bell notification so that each time I post a video, you'll be notified. I love you guys, and let's keep rolling. Stay tuned. Bye-bye for now. I love you. Thumbs up, guys. Give the video thumbs up. One love. Bye-bye.